by them and they've withdrawn all of them. So you don't believe that?
By policy, at the moment, for the past 36 months, the NNPC have been the sole importer of PMS. That is why the PMS sold across the country, all of them is uniform. If you were vigilant enough before now, when every importer were importing PMS, the petrol differs by coloration. Hello?
I'm with you. Please go ahead.
The petrol differs by coloration. That is why when you see some filling stations like the former Texacos, the former Mobile, their PMS differ by coloration. This is because of the addictive and for preservation reasons and quality. But basically, like what I've told you now, quality to determine the quality of fuel is octane number. And the higher the octane number, the better the quality of the PMS.
So this octane number, I want to assume you tell me what it is. Is it a chemical? Is it also an additive that's added to petrol that you then monitor the content?
It's a worldwide standard. And listen, for example, the Warri Refinery and the Port Harcourt refineries, they are designed to produce premium quality petrol alone. The octane number is as high as 80%. And before the fuel that comes for the general public to consume, by design of this refinery, this is how it works. The samples are taken 4 times in 24 hours for laboratory examination. And when off-spec is detected that the fuel is not up to standard, the fuel will not go to storage. It is recycled, returned back to the catalytic section, and refined and reprocessed again to meet that specification or the design of the refinery. So if the NNPC is coming to tell you that, methanol was adulterated and the supplier has been identified, excuse me, the NNPC imports this fuel, no other person, because you dare not, Wemimo, import fuel. You know why? The dollar is given to the NNPC at a particular rate, which you cannot match. If any importer, I challenge anybody, let it prove, let them bring their manifest. If you dare it, you are in debt that you will never recover from.
Well, unlike what you say, there is a report I would like to possibly next week. We might speak to David Hundayi about this. But there is a breakdown done by a journalist. It's on Twitter. Those of you who are there might have seen it. I've taken a look at it, and he makes a claim about the shipment of this adulterated petrol being brought into Nigeria by certain Duke Oil, an NNPC trading subsidiary registered in 1989. He goes on to talk about some issues about money laundering that might have been involved in all of that. So apparently there is a subsidiary of the NNPC that is somehow, owned by some persons. I mean, it's quite a web of intricacies.
Please excuse me.
Yes.
Excuse me. What is the name of this subsidiary?
It's
people
called
who are responsible for PMS purchase and distribution. Primarily, formerly is not defunct now. PPMC and PPPRA. Every other agency, no.
Well, again, like I said, I can't authenticate this yet unless, as I mentioned yesterday, I reached out severally to the NNPC to see if we can get some of them to come shed more light on this. But now, let's talk. You've mentioned our refineries in Port Harcourt. I mean, our refineries are not working. We've spent tons of money trying to bring back the Port Harcourt refinery, for instance, and we haven't even scratched the surface. Having been someone who's worked actively in this space, would you advise that Nigeria should spend more money fixing our refineries, or should we just scrap them?
If you love Nigeria as a country, and you really truly do, you cannot advise government to put a penny on those refineries again. Nigeria as a country committed economic suicide in 2007 when the revocation of those refineries were done by late Umaru Musa Yar'Adua. You understand? The refineries, Nigeria government cannot manage them. Wemimo, let me tell you something. In the late 80s and early 90s, the NNPC sacked the technical staff, as in the operators who were operating these refineries efficiently at the time, because they follow a particular policy from Shell that they want to disengage every non-graduate staff. And when they sacked these operators, they employed graduates who ran the refineries aground. As I speak to you now, the NNPC recalled back those staff that were terminated, and they employ them as consultants. But these consultants works in the NNPC refineries as operators till today.
By NNPC refineries, you're talking specifically about the Port Harcourt refinery, I assume? All
across the NNPC refineries, the 4 of them, I've been to all of them. But
so does this mean that the refineries are currently working if they have consultants who are doing something there?
Here is what I meant. The refineries are not producing at the moment.
Yeah, they're running at a loss every year.
Yes, and because refineries is such a complex assembly, you cannot just switch off a refinery like that. When a refinery breaks down, it's either is on long circulation or short circulation. You cannot just switch it off, just like your own radio station now. You can switch off the whole station, and when you come back tomorrow, you put it on and you begin operating. You cannot do that in a refinery. If you do that to a refinery, you condemn the refinery.
Oh, so that's why the NNPC has to keep the place running, and that's why they keep incurring all the costs that they do.
Of course. I agree with that. I will not agree with the figures, though, but the refineries must... let me just tell you one thing again. If the refineries are operating, they are functional. The operators are happy because that is when they do less job. But if the refinery is not working, they do more work. So they are not happy.
How do they do more work if the refinery is not working?
Because they must be climbing columns, they must be looking at the air coolers, looking at the drain and all that and all that. But if the refinery is stable and it is working, they will be looking from the control room, looking at data and looking at oilage and all that alone. So it is less work and more work when the refinery is shut down. For the operators, I'm not saying those in the offices, not those in admin, please.
You mean that there isn't a digitalized way to monitor if the refinery is still working? I mean, to look at the components. You don't have like a dashboard, that has a digital, spread of all the angles, and you can monitor. You can just simply go fix whatever needs to be checked.
Even the
you have to physically do everything.
Even the LNG that is fully automated cannot be operated like that. You understand? All 4 Nigerian refineries are semi-automated. That means that it is more of analog, physical work. You understand?
Yeah.
So you have the control room, yes, but there is a limit the control room can do. The control room cannot fully control the entire production from the control room, no.
All right, I hear you. Before I go to the phone lines, people are trying to call already. Now, for a layman, I mean, someone who just drives through horrendous traffic and queues at filling stations, and by all means I need to fill my tank. Although this statement by the NNPC, what precisely are they called now, has told us that they've recalled the bad petrol. We hear, on the social media, we have people saying that, in fact, today I saw some video of some people buying some falling bottles that were really, really colored. So how do I identify petrol that is not that is good for my car, that would not damage my vehicle or my equipment?
You, as an ordinary person, you cannot do that. It is the job of the now defunct DPR to do. Okay, you cannot just look at fuel and say, oh, this one is good, this one is bad, except if it is adulterated with so much water, you can dip your hand. Hello?
I can hear you.
You can dip your hand on it and you discover that, oh, the PMS, there is so much water inside the PMS. But aside that, you cannot. Like I've told you now, the only way you can determine the quality of PMS is via the octane number. And aside that, no other way.
Huh.
No,
So
no.
that means we're totally at the mercy of whatever we buy right now is at our own peril, yes?
That is what the Nigerian state makes it to look like. But the truth of the matter is that they should be able, the fare they're sending out to public should meet the specification required. There is no specification for Nigerian market. No. The cars in Nigeria, do Nigeria produce vehicles? Do you change your injectors or do you change your carburetors, the one that runs with carburetor? Do you understand? So it's an international standard rule. It is not Nigerian market. No.
Okay, well, we still work. I'm still going to try to see if we can get the NNPC to come, on the show and respond to questions that Nigerians have. But I'm still trying to understand, though, although the NNPC, as we know of today, right now, though, is solely responsible for importing petrol into Nigeria. Before petrol that's contaminated with whatever, high levels of methanol or whatever it could be, before it gets into circulation, isn't there another check done at the point of receiving this petrol before it's then sent to the public?
Of course.
So how did we skip that? How did we miss that? How is it possible to miss that?
Those who are responsible for testing this product should give us a better explanation. Identifying the importer is not a solution because it's a problem from the NNPC laboratory.
Because they should have tested it before sending it off.
Of course. There is a manifest that they must sign and the quality must be there.
And if there's a manifest and someone has signed off on it and says this petrol is good for use, and then we find out that it's not good, we need to have the names of those persons and what the consequences would be. Let's use a few.
You will never find out. Let me just quickly tell you this.
Okay.
It's not today that they're selling adulterated PMS, okay? Substandard PMS.
It's not today.
It's not today. It's just that this one backfired and you hear all these things. It's not today. I want to tell you another thing. For example, in 2011, the Warri Refinery was shut down because storage was filled and there were no kerosene and some other products out there in the open. What happened?
I'm with you. I'm listening to you. Are you there?
So these are the things and some other things that happen. Do you know that the Nigerian refineries are equipped to actually produce aviation kerosene, which is a aviation fuel? But all of them, the whole unit of all 4 refineries were destroyed by Nigerians. We know who we are. It's just about pretending. You understand? We know who we are. When you go to those units in all the refineries, it looks like an abandoned territory.
So this was because of the attitude of Nigerian workers who worked at the refineries, or because the government...
Not because of the attitude of the Nigerian workers, but because of vested interests that want to make money.
You're alleging that some people deliberately do not want the refineries to work.
If they wanted to work, they wouldn't be the way they are at the moment.
Makes sense. Okay, I need to go out on a break shortly. I see your calls coming in, but let me take a comment from Facebook on my way out to the break. Prince Leo Ozoma on Facebook says, this government has acted in such a manner that Nigerians have lost trust in them, and therefore it is always difficult to believe in whatever they do. Otherwise, it in sinner climbs all the chain of responsibility from the minister. This is quite long. From the Minister of Petroleum to the GMD NNPC, down the line would have by now be cooling off and answering questions. But unfortunately, nothing like that will happen because of Nigeria's peculiarities, Leo Ozoma says here on Facebook. I'm out on a break. When I come back, I'll take your calls on 0700 993 993 993. Female callers 014657190. This is Nigeria Info. My name is Wemimo Adewuni. Join me again.
Are you a woman who owns her own business? Is your business failing or struggling? Are you having difficulty getting to the next level? Well, the Glass Ceiling Convention Business Clinic may be what you need. Our panel of business experts take a look at your business model and advise you on how to get it back on track. To qualify, just send an email to glasscon@nigeriainfo.fm. Send us your name, phone number, the nature of your business, and what its current challenges are. Selected businesses will be showcased at this year's Glass Ceiling Convention on the 6th of March 2022 during the Business Clinic. This opportunity is open to only women who own businesses. Again, send your name, phone number, the nature of your business, and what its current challenges are to glasscon@nigeriainfo.fm. That is GLASSCON@nigeriainfo.fm.
Stay one step ahead with the latest news and trending conversations here on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Don't tell people, you've added weight. Why are you losing weight?
Yeah.
You eating. No, it's not your business.
That money, the pass is good. That finally.
We should be patient and pray to God that God is going to answer our prayer.
Please, this is not all about prayer. It's not like everything is not prayer. That is Nigerian mentality. It's not finding happiness in your home. You pray.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
Hey, it's your Deals Plug, and as usual, I've got the most fantastic information on market, and it's tailor-made just for you. Now it's time to hear from the next generation of Nigeria Info listeners again. Last time, 13-year-old Tamvita Kaushik won 1 million naira. You could be the next person to win 1 million naira in the I Beg to Differ tournament, hosted by Sandra Eze. And 2 minutes arguing against. We want to hear you argue both sides so we know how well you debate, not what you agree with. You have until 3 p.m. on February the 15th, 2021 to submit your audition. Good luck.
I love my Indomie.
Hey Timmy, what are you doing with all those Indomie wrappers?
Hey Sophie, I'm collecting all these Indomie packs to be a winner in the I Love My Indomie promo.
I love my Indomie promo. How can I win? How can I win?
Well, it's super easy. All you have to do is buy a pack of Indomie, find a unique letter inside each of the packs, collect all letters to spell I love my Indomie.
Aha!
And send the picture of your collection to the WhatsApp number 080-7700-9000.
Just like that?
Yes, just like that. Easy as 1, 2, 3. I love my Indomie.
Offer valid while stock lasts. Indomie noodles. Tasty nutrition, good for you. Promo we hand on March 31st.
Bro, you know they show this party again? Nah, man. Feeling kind of tired, my G. Go sit this one out. See, that's a bomber shot. Entry and drinks are free. Hey, my guy. Now, you don't change. Switch off.
You dey whine me? Person know they miss this kind party. You coming or not?
Free definitely changes things. And that's why you'll enjoy free delivery on thousands of products when you place an order above 4,999 naira in Lagos and Abuja only. And your delivery will be, you guessed that right, free! So start ordering your everyday essentials today on Jumia. T's and C's apply. Jumia, your everyday delivered.
Are you looking for a reliable plumber? Wondering where to book your next massage? Or do you just need a piano teacher for your children? Then simply follow these 3 easy steps. Step 1, download the Kai Help user app. Step 2, create an account and enter your profile. Step 3, create a payment wallet. And voila! Just like that, you've entered a world of limitless access to diverse service providers. Whatever your needs are, we're here to help. Kaya Help. Limitless possibilities.
I love my Indomie.
Hey Timmy, what are you doing with all those Indomie wrappers?
Hey Sophie, I'm collecting all these Indomie packs to be a winner in the I Love My Indomie promo.
I love my Indomie promo. How can I win? How can I win?
Well, it's super easy. All you have to do is buy a pack of Indomie, find a unique letter inside each of the packs, collect all letters to spell I love my Indomie.
Aha!
And send the picture of your collection to the WhatsApp number 080-7700-9000.
Just like that?
Yes, just like that. Easy as 1, 2, 3. I love my Indomie.
Offer valid while stock lasts. Indomie noodles. Tasty nutrition, good for you. Promo we hand on March 31st.
As an employer, you have set bigger business goals for the new year. But have you thought about upskilling your workforce to ensure they too can break those goals? Get Jobberman to upskill your workforce for free with soft skills training and move your business forward. Visit jobberman.com/employer/hire-better to learn more.
Good day, honorable judges, my moderator, timekeeper, and my fellow co-debater. My name is Samrita Kaushik. I'm 13 years old.
We're back! Secondly, repeating points to somebody who does not agree with you will not change their opinion of the matter at hand.
The next edition of the I Beg to Differ debate tournament returns to your radio in March.
If you agree with the dictionary that language is a system of communication in speech.
Last time, Samvita Kaushik walked away with 1 million naira.
Speak up. Enough is enough. Give me blood and I shall give you freedom.
This time, will it be you? Or will you just be listening again? If you're between 14 and 16 years old and you want to debate your way to 1 million naira, go to www.nigeriainfo.fm to find out how to audition. Auditions close on the 15th of February 2022.
This is an infomercial.
Hi guys, I have some very good information from Alnoch Interior. So if you're looking for affordable, authentic interior brands for your residential and commercial need, then check out Alnoch Furniture and Interior Company. They sell very, very good interiors for your homes and also for your offices, your office spaces. It's located in Lagos and available to travel. So they can send whatever furniture you need to whatever part of the world. Isn't that super, super cool? Interior is here and they can also deliver straight to your doorstep. You can book and make inquiries through their website. Their website is www.alonoch.com. Alonoch is ALONOCH. Or you can call this number or text this number 080-8899-4815 for your affordable furniture for your house spaces, your office spaces, and also you can ship wherever in the world.
That was an infomercial.
This is Hard Facts.
Okay, you're welcome back. This is 99.3 Nigeria Info. It's hard facts. It's a big hard facts. Now it's some 27 minutes right exactly before 6 o'clock. I still have my guest on the line, Obaro Ugade. He's been talking to me about the workings of the petroleum sector, being a petroleum engineer, and he's telling us how the functionings are and what might be wrong in the process. All right, I'm coming to you now. 0700 993 993. Female callers 014657190. Hello.
Oh, hello everyone.
Good evening. Thanks for calling.
Yeah. You know what? I am just so happy you called this man. Yes, because I've been following him from one other station.
Okay.
He knows these things very well. And I'm surprised that you guys, I don't know how you guys got his contact and he's the best person to call in for this thing. You know anything has to do with a refinery, about whatever they go to refine and bring for us, the ones that they don't bring for us, they just give us PMS, this and that. He knows there was a time he broke down. If he breaks down, because we don't have enough time, if he breaks down the things that is happening with our refineries and what Nigerians are getting, you'll be shocked. I'm just telling you.
Thank you.
I'm happy. I say you should well done.
Thank
you. Just keep up the good work he's doing.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, that's what
Thank you. Thank you very much for calling. Thank you very much. Hello. Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah. Good evening.
Yeah. Thank you for calling. Hello.
Achude.
Welcome, Achude.
Yeah. This is calling.
What did you say?
Hello, is that Memo on the line? Right?
Yeah, speaking. I can hear you.
I sincerely, I want to say good day to you, that God bless you. You know why I say so?
Why?
The man that you brought in this station, the last explanation of this issue of this fuel issue.
Yes.
The man is really a professional. So I say so, the man reminds us when we were in the class then, school then.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I said the man reminds us when we were in class olden days. There are some teachers, when they educate you, And then when they come to class, their voice will scare you away. Or there are some teachers, when they come, their voice is nice to listen to learn.
Okay.
I must say that man is very professional.
All right.
He's finished job.
All right.
And it's important to what I said earlier that this country is about the CPC. So that means NNPC arrest themselves. But I told you what you say they have prepared the importer, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have. They've found.
So that means themselves they arrest now because he said that it's more than 6 months now. NNPC have been doing importing for, right?
But NNPC is the one always importing for.
So, but they said they have been prevented importers. So who's the importer now?
No, the supplier, the source supplier.
Okay, the supplier.
Yeah, the source
so
supplier.
Who's the supplier?
Well. Thank you very much for calling. Mr. Varo, are you there? You I mean, people love you. People love you. I mean, I can only imagine why. Let me speak to Alex and then I'll come back to you about this source supplier, importer and supplier. Let's understand that chain. But that's after we speak with Alex. Hello, Alex.
Yeah, Wemimo, how are you?
I'm all right.
Now, I really appreciate... Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I appreciate your inviting Obaro to the station. To your show today. You see, I called in the last show, and I want to ask you, Wemimo, is it a lack of petroleum engineers that we have? It's not. You see, that's what I was trying to say in that last show. It's not usually education that is our problem. We have them. There's a certain level of patriotism that we just do not have to our country.
Yeah.
People like Obaro are rare. We have them. We have these professionals. We have a country that we are running between contractors and then politicians. Let me tell you what a normal country would do. They will have an economic team whose decisions and resolutions will come before those of politicians and contractors. But it's the other way around. And that's why there's always a cover-up.
I
That's
agree.
the state of our country.
I agree. We have an economic team, but I mean, how weighty are the decisions that they make? All right, Obaro is still here. Now let's talk about this source supplier thing. I mean, it's clear the NNPC is the is in charge of importing fuel. So in this instance, going by this press release by the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, who in this case could be the source supplier? Are we talking about the country we bought from? Or who exactly are we talking about?
I think whoever make that statement should be held responsible to shed more light on this. Because the reason is the NNPC has the largest supply chain in this country. For your information, Nigeria has 6 strategic fuel storage facilities all around the country. And NNPC manages and operates them. And if the NNPC is the sole importer of PMS because of the current dollar regime, so who is the supplier? Where? How?
Right? Yeah.
Because the retailers, they rely on NNPC supply. You can't get any PMS in this country without NNPC supplying it. Look, even the Dangote Refinery, Dangote built his own pipeline, but it's limited. Without the NNPC facility, he will not be able to distribute his product if he wants to distribute them locally. You understand? Understandably, this refinery is strategically positioned for export. It's dawning on Nigerians now, and they are coming out with the truth now that, when they started, when the Dangote refinery come, it's going to be this, it's going to be that. No! It will not remove a penny from PMS, rather if it go up.
Oh, are you for, the subsidy argument is always here as with us until we resolve it. The government has many times announced that they've removed subsidy. So many times I'm left at a loss to say, okay, when we announce that we're going to remove subsidy again in another 18 months, which subsidy are we talking about actually?
Wemimo, cast your mind back to 2012.
Yeah.
2012, January 2, when there was announcement. When you look at the filling stations across the metropolis, were there no price differential? Did anybody set lower limit and upper limit for the marketers? If there is truly deregulation, in fact, they're violating the PIA at the moment. If there is deregulation and subsidy removal, then everybody is encouraged and they will go to the bank to take loan and import their fuel, get their fuel from anywhere and sell at the price they want to sell. That can you be talking about you removing subsidy and you're talking about 340, 320, 3? Come on. Are we that gullible, really?
Well, let's look some more facts that we have here that we can work with. There's a report done by the Cable. It's quite recent. You might want to look at it. The Cable has a report, and they spoke with. So there've been conversations on social media about MRS, All Nigerian PLC, one of the oil marketers, being accused of importing substandard and contaminated petrol. Now the company has said, well, no, it's not on us. NNPC is the sole importer of petrol. They gave further details, and they say here, quoting this report by the Cable, that the company explained that it gets petrol from the NNPC, which is a sole importer of all PMS in Nigeria due to the current subsidy regime. It also says that the NNPC, through Duke Oil, which is its trading firm, or its trading arm rather, supplied a cargo of PMS purchased from an international trader called Litasco, and delivered it with a motor tanker Nord Gainer. In fact, they gave all the details. They even go on. MRS, according to this report, goes on to say that the vessel was discharged in Apapa between January 24, oh my goodness, and January 30th, and that it was distributed to major marketers. The company goes on to say that they received 5,000 metric tons, yes, of the product, adding that the fuel was immediately isolated when it was discovered to be contaminated. So the part I do not understand is who discovered the contamination. We do not know yet. So, but we do know that, let me see. Oh, yeah. So MRS claims here that following delivery into the tank, and they say they have it at only 8 of their stations in Lagos, that they observed that the products appeared hazy and dark, and they immediately stopped the sale of the product. They also did product analysis and showed that the PMS discharged by MT Nord Gainer had 20% methanol, which is an illegal substance in Nigeria. According to them, they immediately informed the NNPC. So they were the ones who told NNPC, the NMDPRA, and MOMAN, and it was confirmed that other members had similar experiences. They had a press release where they also said the MRS had a total of 350,000 liters in the tank at the 8 stations, and they're still waiting for approval from NNPC and NMDPRA to return the product. Okay, so that's the update you have regarding the petrol that's around in circulation right now. So we know where the fall came from. And obviously, if you piece one and one together, 1 plus 1 should give you 2. If you go by these, calculations, it means that it was the oil marketers that detected the contamination. I mean, like Obaro has said, that is a problem. That's a big problem. If an NPC missed it, that's a big problem. Oh, so sorry about that. Please call again if you're able to. Hello, good afternoon or good evening now.
Yeah, good evening.
Thank you for calling.
Good evening. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yeah, well, they said they started recalling the bad fuel, right?
In fact, what the statement said is that if I read it clearly, if the English is not ambiguous, what they say here is that they have identified them. Yeah.
Okay. Those tankers some tankers used to come from outside Lagos to load.
Yeah.
And this thing happened since January 24th, 25th, right?
Yeah.
So those ones that left Lagos heading to the north or to the east, you mean they want to recall them back?
Well, that's what they say.
Who will pay for the cost?
Aha.
And Fubaro, for me, I'm familiar with at least NNPC, the one in Warri and Port Harcourt. We started having problem with this as far back 1993. Fubaro, I don't know if you remember what happened. Due to this politics as well. That is where some guys decided to do something funny because the election that happened that year, Fubaro, I don't know if you remember what happened then, 1993. You will still be there then. So I don't know if you can remember and mention something that happened at the refinery then. Thank you.
Okay, you've left me in suspense because I really wish you were going. I thought you were going to tell me. I don't know precisely what it is that happened. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, good evening. Thanks for calling.
Yes, good evening. My name is Samuel.
Yeah, Samuel, go
I'm
ahead.
calling from Lekki.
Go on, please.
Please, I want to just ask Mr. Obaro this question. Hope is not this regulation and this bill they just passed that is causing this nonsense. Sorry to use that language.
Which bill precisely?
The PID bill.
The PIB?
Because they restructured an NPC and we start having these issues. When you put, this is the problem you have, when you put a round square in triangle or this in shape. And I'm suspecting that is what, because it was after they passed this bill and restructured NNPC that we started having this problem. I know there are other problems in the past, but this one started after then. So why would NNPC miss it? It means something is wrong somewhere. It needs to be investigated.
Well, I hear you and I understand. Again, Obaro, you can speak to this. Possibly they haven't settled into their roles. I mean, after the remix, if we call it that, of NNPC that happened with the PIB, could that be a reason to miss something like this?
Wemimo, let me ask you this question. If you change your name now from Wemimo to Wumi, will it change you as a person?
It shouldn't. It can't. It can't.
Settling at a role or no role, it does not arise. There is enough provision which was 180 days which has gone to pass for them to fit into these rules. There is nothing to fit in. It's the same thing. It's just a change of name. And as a matter of fact, the PIA is not being applicable at the moment. So, for me, you said you know where the fault is. For me, I don't agree with that photo. If they tell you because it is adulterated PMS, no. 100 million liters cannot cause scarcity all over the country. No.
So what do you think could have caused the scarcity?
Because I'm on air, be careful here, but the truth of the matter is that the gentleman who asked the question of the PIA and the PIB and the subsidy removal is not far away from the truth. Don't forget that this government won a 6 months for total subsidy removal, and they were on it. And when Nigerians revolted, they quickly say, oh, it is going to be for a year and a half. And the NNPC suddenly demanded for 3 trillion for subsidy payment.
Yeah.
But, Wemimo, there is a question I would like you people to ask. Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
And that is, all these years, the NNPC has been running at a loss. Suddenly last year and this year, the NNPC began to declare profit. Where do they get this profit from? And if they are so efficiently run at the moment, as claimed by the managers of this NNPC, how come they asking for 3 trillion for PMS subsidy? And how come Nigerians are not asking them that, well, hey, you're making profit, you told us, we were clapping for you. Where is this money?
Let me stop. Let me hold you a bit and speak with Azubike. He's been holding the line for quite a while. Okay. Hello. Thank you for holding on. Yeah, please go ahead.
I'm so much excited to have your voice these days, though.
Thank you.
Because whenever I have your voice, I'm really happy.
Coming
to this talking part about this girl square issue. The girls that we brought on this studio this evening is a very wonderful guest. That's what he just said. But what I may like to say about this thing, we're supposed to invite the Minister of Petroleum to come and tell Nigeria what actually happens in this our fuel problem that we are facing now, so that we can explain much better to us. Because if that is another person, they may send EFCC or whatever to investigate that person. But since that is the head of the Minister of the Petroleum, let Nigeria call him to come and answer questions about what is happening in our gas flaring and the other things that are happening in our fuel subsidy.
Okay.
So that's what
Thank you very much. So he's saying that we should ask questions from the Minister of Petroleum Resources. Certainly that is the president. So Baro, what do you make of the role of the president sitting as the Minister of Petroleum Resources for the past, 7 going on 8 years?
We were told that the man you just mentioned now built some of the refineries.
Which man? Which man did I mention? Are you referring to the
Minister for Petroleum?
Oh yeah, okay. Who's also the president? Yeah, go ahead. I get you.
You said they said he built some of the refineries.
Well, he was once a commissioner.
And if a man built a liability for you, what question is he going to tell you now that is going to be different from what is on ground, rather than complicate the issue? You understand? The Nigerian refineries are not designed for profit making. If you don't know, please know it now.
They were not made from scratch to be profitable. Help me understand that. How? Why?
Because,
How?
listen, let me tell you this for free.
Yeah.
Some of the expatriates who built those refineries, they still work in the refinery.
That's still there.
Of course. It is industry practice that those who build a plant of that size and magnitude, you retain some of them. They are there. The Dangote refinery will do the same. They cannot leave it for Nigerians to operate.
Whoa.
When the refineries were working, was the government paying subsidy? Of course, yes. At this time, it was zero importation. I don't want to bore you because at the time they streamed the refinery, they suddenly discovered they built monumental liability. This was when the subsidy came on. I want to ask you another question. Look at it this way. You don't need to be a petroleum engineer or a petroleum economist or whatever. There is a refinery in Kaduna.
Yeah.
Abi?
Yeah.
Ask yourself, is it the crude oil they need in the north or the petroleum product?
Right. That's a big question. Like, would we have to move the
You
crude?
have the answer. You don't want to answer
I know
it.
it's a rhetorical question. The answer is no, certainly. I mean, that means we'll have to move the crude from here, there, and then.
This was a creation for some people to become billionaires overnight.
Whoa. We need to go. We need to go very soon. The lines are still on fire. But let me tell you that the MD of Port Harcourt Refinery did assure Nigerians that the Port Harcourt Refinery will pay off. So you're being assured. The managing director, PHRC, Ahmed Diko, who's also an engineer, said, don't listen to people like Obaro who are bent on derailing the refinery rehabilitation project. It says that the refinery at the end of the day will pay off. So you guys chill. But an update on the amount that we spent last year, NNPC told us that we've spent 100 billion naira in 1 year in fixing the Port Harcourt refinery. It's not ready yet. We're still spending money on it. But they say, don't worry, calm down. This will work. All right, Obaro, got it. Thank you very much for joining Hard Facts this evening.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah, I hope to have you again sometime too.
Not a problem. You're welcome.
All right, Nigeria, that's the show. Thank you for being here. It's been quite some 3 hours. The lines are still buzzing, but I really need to wrap up now and jump out of here. Now, the conversation we had about the population control, we will continue it on Monday morning at 9 a.m., 9 to 10 a.m. Would look at more issues around population control and how I believe that we should channel our energy onto men. Yep, I say that with my full chest. I think we should channel the energy onto men because they're the biggest corporate in baby making across the world. Anyway.